We are about to start. Okay. Ipatindog na lang na siya. Councilor Goking, nagubay mo bangko? Pwede mo tindog ka na lang? Na. Okay. Sige, okay. Okay, the 8th regular session on the 20th City Council of Cagayan de Oro is now called to order. Invocation by Councilor Attorney James Judith, followed by the singing of national anthem, then the Cagayan de Oro March.
Ibutang nato atong tagsa-tagsa ka presensya sa Ginoo, sa ngalan sa Amahan, sa Anak, sa Espiritu Santo. Amen. Ginoo, na kami nagkatapo karon, tagaay kami basbas, lamdagi kami sa among paghahimuon karon nga ipangpasa, ipang-approve nga mga resolusyon ug mga ordinance unta sa among paghimuan ni naa sa among hunahuna ang interes sa katawhan. Og dayon ani, let us pray the St. Ignatius prayer for generosity. Dearest Lord, teach us to be generous. Teach us to serve you as you deserve, to give and not to count the cost, to fight and not to heed the wounds, to toil and not to seek for rest, to labor and ask not for reward, save that of knowing that we are doing your most holy will. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Please be seated. Mr. Mr. Secretary, please do the roll call and see whether there is a quorum.
Honorable Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer. For the First District Councilors, Honorable Agapito Heriberto G. Swan, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable J.R. Pascual, Honorable Amy Rose P. Moreno, Honorable Romeo V. Calizo, Honorable George S. Goking, Honorable Jose Pepe S. Abu Jr., Honorable Malvern A. Sparcia. For the Second District Councilors, Honorable Ivona Yasini B. Imano, Honorable Maria Lourdes Isgaani, Honorable Jolene Mercedes El Balaba, Honorable James K. Judith II, Honorable Ian Mark Yunakaya, Honorable Edgar S. Cabanas, Honorable Christian Rostico M. Achas, Honorable Josette G. Magtahas Daba. For the ex officio members, Honorable Yan Lam is Lim, Liga ng mga Barangay President, and Honorable John Michael El Seno, City Escape Federation President. There is quorum, Madam Presiding Officer.
Quorum of the 8th regular session is hereby certified. Before we proceed, we would like to sing a birthday song to our Councilor Aimee Moreno. To be led. Your birthday cake will follow, ha? In a while. Will be to be led by Councilor Kisa yabag dire. We will see, I will see. Okay, to be led by Councilor George Goking.
Daghang salamat,
Tanaw na
Honorable
to,
Vice
Ron,
Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez. Ma-practice ko na atong sing-along. Please sing together with me.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Honorable
Let's all
Aimee
rise, huh?
Moreno. Please rise. Happy birthday to you. Wala pa, oh. Practice pa to, practice to. Mic test. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Ay, walay to you to, ha? Happy birthday. Paspas.
Pas. Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Honorable Aimee Moreno, happy birthday.
Okay, thank you. Mayo to pagkakanta da. Dili yabag. Oh, Mayo. Anyway, thank you very much, Councilor George Goking. Actually, we have visitors today, no? The visitors from the Graduate School Management Department of Capital University. I would like to acknowledge their presence. Dr. Edwin Du, Dean, Graduate School. Dr. Heidi Grace Mendoza, Chairman, Graduate School Management Department. Dr. Aldrich Palarca, Professor, Graduate School. Dr. Michael Roa, Professor, Graduate School. Dr. Juanito Demetrio, Professor, Graduate School. Dr. Ferdinand Rodriguez, Professor, Graduate School. Dr. Romeo Minosa Jr., Professor, Graduate School. Actually, they are here to observe, our session, and hopefully we will do it good. Thank you. Thank you very much, our visitors. Of course, we have other guests here, our media friends, and our guests who are here today. Good afternoon, kanatong tanan, maayong hapon. Majority Floor Leader, let's proceed.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. Actually, Dr. Michael Roa is not only a doctor, but he's a lawyer. Congratulations, he just passed the
Congratulations!
examination.
Doctor and lawyer, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Doctor, attorney. And Dr. Heidi, welcome. And to all the professors, Dean of the CU Graduate School, good afternoon. May we also recognize, Madam Presiding Officer, the presence of Miss Cindy Obinita, the Miss Intercontinental 2021.
Miss Cindy, good afternoon.
And with the kind indulgence of the members of the City Council, perhaps we will allow Miss Cindy to appear before us. Councilor Bitok requested the presence personally for her exit address before
Okay.
she will turn over her reign
Okay.
I move, Madam Presiding Officer, to suspend the rules to allow
Okay.
Miss Cindy to appear before us.
Second, objection. Motion is carried. Rule suspended. Miss Cindy,
May we ask Councilor Bernie to facilitate
to escort.
and assist our guest? Wala man na ilabot-sabot, Bern.
You have the floor, Miss Cindy. Again, congratulations.
Thank you po, Vice. Honorable members of this august body, headed by, of course, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, to all the members of the 20th City Council, friends from media, to all our guests, to everyone joining us here and online, maayong hapon sa inyong tanan. It's such an honor to be here. I am humbled to personally session, and thank you po for your time, for having me. I would like really to express my sincerest gratitude for your resolution commending my win in both Binibining Pilipinas and Miss Intercontinental, and I'm so grateful for all of your support. I'm a proud Cagayanon, and yes, I will always be here to help my city po in any way that I can. I know that this victory, our victory, is deeply rooted from the heart of gratitude, and I know that I wouldn't be where I am now if it weren't for the people who supported me. So this victory is not mine alone. I share this to all Cagayanons who were with me along the way. And may you always give your wholehearted support as I go back to Egypt for my turnover. I do hope that another Filipina will be crowned in this most prestigious pageant. And when we compete internationally, we are not alone competing. We bring with us the millions of Filipinos who are rallying behind us. So once again, kung dakong pasalamat gyud sa inyong tanan. Most especially, of course, to the members of the City Council. Actually, 19th Vice Mayor included Kaato, who signed po. Again po. Again po, from the bottom of my heart, daghan kaayong salamat and happy Higalaay Festival sa ato ang tanan. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Cindy. Picture?
Upon request of Councilor Joey Abo, who is also a single. So we are waiving our rights. So we request our colleagues to kindly join the Miss Cindy. Pictorial for posterity. Okay? Let's go.
Attorney Joey, tupad na. Halina.
To ano, naglasong ng isa oh.
Migawas ka dyan, migawas ka dyan. Haniko, haniko.
Sugol eh.
Haniko, haniko.
Murag magulang mo magkotanaw na to.
Ha? Ay, kusin.
Jurity. Katong mga CCU ba?
Okay.
Can we ask? Ay, napo na. Di ba, yapil na to si Lula.
Madam Presiding Officer, may we also ask our friends from the Capital University to join us for pictorial.
From Capital University, please join us.
And
Sir, saka ta, sir.
Bernie, bitok-bitok, dugay kayo mo tindog.
Escort. Dili lang
Apil
sa agis.
pictorial. Labon ganina, paspas.
I-escort na ni mo, Bern. Dili to, sir. Ali, sir. Ali, sir. Ali, sir. Ali, sir. Ali, sir. Mama, mali, ma'am. Tupad ka, ma'am. Ako lang isip.
Mas maklaro ko ba?
Ali, sir. Sige, sir. Na.
Sa dakil lang ako.
Diri, ma'am. Diri, ma'am. Tanggalin lang ito. Oh, tanggangan na lang yung mask. Kadali lang.
Lagi. Gizum, gizum. Tay, gizum, gizum.
Oh, dili ta. Oh, wait ta. Oh, sige. Ato na ito andaron.
Fiesta. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I move to lift the suspension of the rules.
Okay. Any objection? Motion is carried.
Again, thank you for the presence of Miss Cindy Obenita, the Miss Intercontinental, and good luck on your next endeavor. And again, welcome to the graduate school faculty. And Madam Presiding Officer, I move to
To lift.
no, we have already lifted the rules. Let's go back to the minutes of meeting. Move to dispense the reading of the minutes of meeting on August 15, 2022.
Second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
I move for the approval of the said minutes of meeting.
Second, any objection? Motion is carried.
On special report portion, Madam Presiding Officer, we have 3 members who would like to render their respective reports. First is Councilor James Judith. The second, as regards the establishment of the Colegio de Cagayan de Oro. Second is Councilor Roger G. Abaday on the employment of senior citizens, and Councilor Malvern A. Esparcia as regards his inquiry on the status of the Special Risk Allowance, SRA, and one COVID allowance, OCA, at the J.R. Borja General Hospital. So first, the report is Councilor Judith.
Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Councilor Attorney James Judith, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, atong halangdong Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, ang atong tinahod ng mga kauban sa konseho, atong mga bisita, ang membro sa prensa nga nada sa likod nga bahin sa atong session hall, atong pinanggang katawhan sa dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro, sa inyong tanan, maupay. Nagdason ako sa akong sugyot balaod nun or ordinansa sa pagtukod sa Koleyo de Cagayan. Si Konsihal Agaswan nagdason pod sa iyang kaugalingon nga bersyon. Managlahi man ang among mga bersyon, apan managsama lang ang among katuyuan, kana ang pagtukod sa usa ka libre nga tunghaan para sa atong katawhan sa dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro. Ako pong pagpasalamat kang Konsihal Suset Magtahas Daba sa pagdawat ug pagtimunil niini sa iyang Committee on Education. Usa ko magpadayon, Madam Chair, tuguti ako nga magpasalida o gamay lang hamubo nga kining APB kabahin anis ABP kabahin aning akong special report. Boss Turks.
On August 8, 2022, Councilor James Judith filed an ordinance establishing the Colegio de Cagayan de Oro, defining its initial course offerings, criminology, and education. Proposed location initially would be City High School in Nazareth. Our city mayor would be the chairman of the board, and the city vice mayor would be a member of the board. If our neighboring towns like Tagoloan, Salay, El Salvador, and Manolo Fortich could operate community colleges respectively, then with Cagayan de Oro, a billionaire city with an income ranging of up to 5 to 6 billion pesos, we can do it.
Madam Chair, ang edukasyon usa ka batakan nga katungod. Gani nailatid ni sa atong konstitusyon, pero wala nagpasabot nga kini mo'y tinubdan ini. Giila lang kung unsa kabililhon kini nga katungod, Madam Chair. Kay kining katungod sa edukasyon, katungod natong tanan. Education is a universal right. Kumput sumahon, Madam Chair, kung imong tanawon, kitang tanan din adunay tagsa-tagsa kastorya or sugilanon sa kinabuhi. Kung imo ning tuhugon, makita nimo na usa ka elemento ang mutumaw, edukasyon. O kitang tanan, konektado niini, Madam Chair. Una, si Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez ni adtog layo aron makaskwela. Nahimo nga RN kon registered nurse o naningpalad sa Amerika. Edukasyon. Ang atong presiding officer pro tempore, si Konsihal Edgar Cabanlas, gikan sa atong inahang lalawigan sa Misamis Oriental, naningkamot, nahimong abogado. Naay mga anak puro professionals, duha niini mga abogado, isa akong classmate. Edukasyon. Ang atong majority floor leader, si Konsihal Ian Mark Nakaya, matud pa sa in English, we go way back kay kaming duha puro man tubong Nazareth. Pareha kami mga sakristan. Pareha kami organization nga giapilan. Pareha kami o partido politikal sa college. Siya nagpadayon sa SK, nahilambigit sa kalihukan sa barangay, nahimong konsehal. Ako po nagpabilin sa Central Student Government, nahimong abogado, kadugayan, nahimong konsehal. Nag-abot gyapon kami dinhi sa konseho. Pero tatawon ko lang, mas senior si Konsehal Ayan Nakaya kay bata pamangko. Si Konsehal George Goking, dugay namin nag-ilan Kumput sumahon atong tungura, siya ang presidente sa Alumni Association sa Xavier University. Ug ako pod ang presidente sa Central Student Government. Siya ang akong giduulan. Siya ang nakatabang sa ako agud nakatukod ko dako nga proyekto diya sa Xavier University nga hantod karon nagpabilin gyapon. Si Konsehal Girly Balaba para sa kasayuran sa tanan. Akong kauban sa college, gani gitagaan ko pa siya katungdanan, gitudlo ko pa sa akong kabinete kay nahimo akong presidente sa Central Student Government. Si Konsehal Malvern Sparsha, aka Bernie Bitok-Bitok. Taga Surigao, Tubong Surigao, Inday Uno. Napadpad sa atong dapit, Madam Chair. Naning palad, naning kamot. Nadiskubrihan niya yung talento sa pagkiay ni graduar nahimong inila nga DJ sa inilapod nga radio network sa atong nasod. Madam Chair, naapa si Konsehal Roger Abaday. Nag-uban kami ni Konsehal Roger Abaday. Siya nahimong Dean sa College of Criminology. Ako pod, professor sa criminal law. Naatol pod ng atong mga bisita gikan sa Capitol University nga din kami ni Konsehal Roger Abaday nagtudlo. Madam Chair, tanan, gusto naman mag-approve si Konsehal Roger Abaday. Ako paning tagsa-tagsaon. Naapa si Konsehal Ibi Imano, nainahuman. Si Konsehal Malugaani, nahimong doktor. Si Konsehal Ayan Atchas, nga hantod karon nagpadayon sa pag-eskwela sa abogasiya aron mahimong abogado sa sama namon ni Konsehal Joey Abo o ni Konsehal Edgar Cabanlas. Naapod si Konsehal Suset Magtahas Daba. Naapod si Konsehal Romeo Calizo. Naapod si Konsehal Agaswan o Konsehal J. Roa Pascual, Konsehal Amy Rose Moreno. Naapod si Konsehal Yan Lamlim, ang atong representante sa kabaranggayan. Si Konsehal John Michael Seno, ang atong representante sa Kabatanunan. Madam Chair, dugay naman ni nato nga pangandoy or plano. Apan, hantod karon wala pagyapoy katumanan, Madam Chair. Nagpabilin nga dakong talinghaga nga nganong atong dakbayan, dili man makagahom og butang og community college. Nga kung imong tanawon, ang atong dakbayan, isa man ka premyadong dakbayan sa tibok nasod. Ang Cagayan de Oro o sa ka-billionaire city. Kung tanaw nimo sa atong mga silingan nga mga lungsod, Madam Chair, didto ka sa Isti nga bahin, didto sa Taguluan, adunay community college. Sa unahan didto sa Maysalay, adunay community college. Sa unahan pagyud sa boundary sa Misamis Oriental sa Magsaysay, adunay community college. Dinhi sa atong likod nga bahin, ang atong silingan sa Manolo Fortis Bukidnon, adunay community college. Dinhita sa Westi nga bahin, sa atong dapit, diha sa lungsod sa Upol, adunay community college. Dito ka sa Tagbayan sa El Salvador, samot, nagyapoy community college. Ang gamay nga lungsod sa Alubihid, adunay nagyapoy community college. Mahimo man ni nato. Dako man atong dakbayan, dako magkita. Dapat ato na ning himuon. Tumano na ni nato, matutas mga batanon, now na. Di ba? Inani, Madam Chair. Dili man trabaho sa gobyerno, nasayod man kita. Dili man trabaho sa gobyerno, nga kitang tanan mahimong patas sa atong kahimtang sa kinabuhi. Apan, obligasyon sa atong gobyerno, nga matagaan o kitang tanan makaangkon og edukasyon, taliwala unsa imong kahimtang sa kinabuhi. Kana ang garantiya sa gobyerno. Madam Chair, matud pas Tagalog, nay sanglitanan, kung gusto, may paraan. Pag ayaw, kung ayaw, maraming dahilan. Kaya nato ni, Madam Chair, ako mga kauban sa konseho, kaya ni nato. Dili man ni kani legasiya nato. Magpabilin nato ni nga kabilin sa atong katawhan sa dakbayan, maski wala nakitas katungdanan. Maski wala na taning ibabaw ning kalibutan na magpabilin gyapon ni. Dili man ni katungganan lang ni Mayor Rolando Clarix, uy kasi siya may magpatuman niini. Dili ingon kang Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez lang or sa majority or sa minority, kundi kadungganan natong tanan. Kitang tanan ato kini kay kaakuhan ni natong tanan. Inani lang. Dili malalis. Oo, ako ang magtimonil niini. Apan nasayod naman kita sa proseso din ni legislatibo. Kitang tanan magpanday sa usa ka ordinansa. Atong bagaw-yunan, kitang tanan pod ang mopirma, kitang tanan. Balikon ako. In a monumental project such as the creation of a city college or Colegio de Cagayan de Oro, all of us, kitang tanan, are proponents. All of us are proponents. There is no distinction here. There is no majority. There is no minority. Just the 20th City Council. Kana ang atong takong legasiya sa atong katawhan. Daghang salamat, Asdang Cagayan de Oro.
Thank you very much for the very good report, Attorney James Judith, Councilor Attorney James Judith. Yes, Councilor Suzette Daba, you recognize.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Maayong hapon sa tanan. Just a correction, Madam Chair, no? There are actually 3 ordinances aside from that. I mean 4, because Councilor Aga Suwan actually proposed 2 ordinances, and then 1 from Councilor James Judith, and then last July, Madam Chair, if we recall, I made a special report regarding the importance of choosing the chairman of the standing committees, because there are pending resolutions and ordinances in our respective committees, Madam Chair. And I have also manifested, Madam Chair, during that time, even Mayor Clarex Uy last July, yahanag yung gi-announce, Madam Chair, it's already part of his executive agenda ang pagtukod og City College. That's why naay technical working group, no? Because of the mayor's plan to establish City College in our city, Madam Chair, nakahanay na ang mulihok ani. So, ang ato lang is that ang ordinansa, Madam Chair, dapat dito naka-base sa feasibility study, sa research, sa technical working group na mga series of workshops and consultations sa different stakeholders. Now, last Thursday, we had a committee meeting on education. The Vice Chairman was there, Councilor Amy Moreno. The members, Councilor J. Roa Pascual and Councilor Dr. Malu Gaane, and Councilor Aga Swan and Councilor Esparcia were present. It was actually a long meeting, no? It took us around 3 hours to finish the committee meeting. So we invited CHED, the local finance committee, and the representative from the city legal office, and that of the education focal person, Dr. Alicia Anghay. She has a representative last Thursday because last week naay executive legislative agenda. Ang mga department heads actually nag-meet, no? Because we need an ELA, that's executive legislative agenda. It is a term plan derived from the comprehensive development plan. So kung unsay plano, because pagtukod sa City College, wala pa man ni siya na-appeal sa CDP, no? And in fact, wala pa gali ni siya na-appeal sa budget. But ang pinakaunang lakang yung gihimo ni Mayor Clarex was to create a technical working group. And that during our meeting, there was a motion made by Councilor J, duly seconded by Councilor Aga Suwan, na since daghan ordinances, no, lain-lain na version na apod na pending sa Committee on Education, kay mauma na ang gipatrabaho sa ato ang mayor, but then ang action sa Committee on Education is maghulat ta sa resulta sa series of workshops and consultation sa technical working group. So it is not na mauna o gawas ang ordinansa, dayon ang technical working group ang mo-adjust sa ordinance nga napanday. So mupod na ang presentation with the shed, no? Very informative. So sa base sa proposal ni Councilor Suwan, the State University, the creation of State University, it was referred to the office of Congressman Rufus Rodriguez and Congressman Lordan Suwan because we cannot act on it. It is the Congress who will decide on that. Now, his second proposal is katong pamantasan, which is equivalent to a university. So according to CHED, dili pwede nga mo diretso tag university, no? Kay moagi sa taog kanang City College. But the author or the proponent actually said it was intentional nga error nga iyang gibuhat because music sa iyang ears nga tawagon og university. But if you read the provisions, no, provided by the author, Councilor Swan, na dito nga musugod og college, but then wala siya na tuman sa title sa iyahang ordinansa. And of course, I have read also the proposed ordinance of Councilor James Judith. Wala lang siya na-appeal during our meeting kay gi-refer pa man ako una, no? I gave out copies to different departments, including to CHED, para pag meeting nato, it's not their first time to read the proposed ordinances. So it was duly seconded, actually, Madam Chair, that the proposal of Councilor Suwan and Councilor James Judith be returned to the authors for refinement and consolidation because some portions, provisions here sa proposed ordinance ni Councilor James Judith, dili siya allowed under CHED, no? Kaning paggamit sa premises sa City National High School in Nazareth. Because according sa CHED, kung mag-operate ka o isa ka City College, dapat ang property and the building must be under the name of the school, not with the city government. And then, since we have a technical working group also, so daghan na, no, there's overlapping of ordinances, no? So ang atong tumong og tinguha is makatukod og City College, and the same with the mayor, no? It's part of his executive agenda. So after the proposed ordinances by the two councilors, I think co-author man pod ni Councilor James Judith, some of the members of this council. So after the refinement, after it has been refined and consolidated, it shall be referred immediately, automatically to the technical working group created by the city mayor for appropriate action. Now, I do not know if ang ilahang mga proposal would have the same result with that of the technical working group. Kay ang kaning technical working group nag-create, of course, Madam Chair, dili man na diretso, madali-dali ang ordinansa. You have experienced it sa mental health code. Siguro 2 terms na ni Councilor Dr. Malugaane ay pa na-finalize. Now, with the scholarship code, it took us almost 1 year, no? Nagsugod mi March of 2017. We had series of workshops and consultations. It was well represented from different sectors na ay mga representative from the scholarship heads from different schools and the different civil society group. And then from the religious sector, the academe, and then the Association of Private Elementary Schools and Secondary Schools, Madam Chair. So, kung unsay resulta sa study, sa feasibility study, or research, or series of workshops, that's the time na ma-finalize nato ang pag-craft sa ordinance. Definitely, dili pa na siya this year because it's not included in our budget. Yeah. No, wala man siya na-appeal. But ang importante is that nasugdan na because that is part of the executive agenda of the city mayor. And secondly, Madam Chair, so ako na lang pong ipahibalo ang pending ordinances nga naa sa komitiba sa edukasyon aside from the City College is the expansion of the scholarship program. So naa na po'y gihimo o gi-create nga technical working group si Mayor Clarex Uy para mututok sa pagdawat aning mga medicine students. So muna ang karon nakapending sa ato ang programa. So dagan salamat, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Councilor Suset Daba. So meaning these ordinances, can they submit that to the technical working group to polish? That will be easier for them to refining they themselves. Kay anyway, di man gina nila include ang dili pwede. So that they can already submit and then polish it, then for discussion, kung inaana ba ang proseso, Councilor Suset
If
Daba?
I may, Madam Chair,
Yeah.
yes. That was the resolution last Thursday, Madam Chair. It is for refinement because definitely there were some provisions which are not allowed by CHED, no? And then Councilor Juan was there and Councilor Esparcia, no? Nakakita man sad sila sa presentation sa CHED. So especially those portions, I think nakabalo man si and we have a copy of the minutes of the meeting kung unsay pwede o unsay dili pwede. So from the time that it is i-consolidate na lang, Madam Chair, ang ilahang proposal. That's the time they submit it to the technical working group for appropriate
Okay, so
action.
you have to refine. You have to polish before you submit, okay? Thank you, Councilor Suset Daba. May I call Councilor Roger Abaday? You're recognized.
Sanitize na, sanitize. Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebut Rodriguez, my colleagues in the 20th City Council, visitors especially from Capital University where I belong before, no? Anang mga Miss Cindy Vinita, sorry, our Miss Continental Philippines, no? And then friends from the media, people of Cagayan de Oro, happy fiesta. May hapon sa tanan. Ganahan kay ko sa special report ni Councilor James Judith kay ako ang usa sa kurso yung i-offer, ako yung 40, no? Ako sa one of the discipline is the criminology. Very good, no? Dili ko mo suportanan eh. Education. So, duha raman sa counselor ay mong gi-offer. Di lang kinalanon uban pa. That's the question, no? So, this is a very notable special report or ordinance because this is equally the plan also of the city mayor, Mayor Orlando Clarix. Usa sa ni sa iyang damgo, vision niya, saan gani sa sa mayor. So, we have a city college. Kay katungod man sa gisulti ni Councilor Judith is the obligation of the state to provide education of its citizens, no? Napatig na sa Article 14 diya sa atong Philippine Constitution, especially sa Section 2 that to establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integral system of education relevant to the needs of the people and society. So, kinahanglanon kaning mga kursuha, kinahanglanon sa ning establishment. Pero, been almost 40 years na sa academe, gusto ko magbuhat og eskwelahan, pero ang kinahanglan yun ang kwarta. Kinahanglan ang kwarta. Kay kwarta para sa ipalit sa yuta for the lot, for the area, kwarta para sa building, kwarta para sa human resources, kwarta para sa equipment. Or muna nga, it needs feasibility study before we have to establish schools. So, government or private businessmen, kinahanglan doon nag feasibility study if that is viable. Bago lang, ang capital, ang Iligan, kolehiyo di Iligan ba to, di ba? Gi-close for operation for 3 years. It was closed by the city government of Iligan. For what reasons? Nangutana ko dito sa ilang information officer, ang primero, walay kwarta. Wala mapgahini o sakto nga kwarta para makadagan ang eskwelahan. bag-ulan, no? Second, walay sakto nga area. Dili pwede sa gisulti ni sa school board si chairman sa education Councilor Susit magtaas nga musingit ka lang diya sa usa ka college pa di ba? Kinlan doon na sa integrity and dignity ang mga eskwela diya dili kay singit lang muluon ka lang sa usa ka area, di ba? And that is what also the plan of the good Councilor Judith, nga musingit sa Tansa Nazareth High School. And that is not a good start. I think in my experience, no, that's not a good start para you can attract also good stakeholders or mga estudyante. Kinalan, you have a very presentable and dignified school. Di ba? Daghan mag-enroll. So muna nga, Madam Chair and my colleagues, gwapo man nga ordinansa, and I have really to support this because this is the program of the City Mayor, pero kinahanglan ipagawasan nato ang katong resulta sa TWG, o Technical Working Group, kung if it is really viable. Di pa gani kasiguro ang city government, even the City Mayor, bisag iyang plano na, but it needs a thorough study before we have to invest, construct, or built school like what was planned by a good Councilor James Judith. So kinahanglan ni gid og plano. So we have to wait for the result of the plan. Gani di pa mga final gani ng. So the City Council has a big role on this in this program, no? Especially nga kinahanglan yun. It's a very necessity nga doon na eskwela, pero kinahanglan nga dili ta mapare may tabo sa atong silingan sa Iligan nga gi-close because of lack of planning and lack of study. So muna akong contribution, muna akong observation, Madam Chair and my colleague. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abaday. I'm calling Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. You're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer, members of the City Council, friends from media, and people of Cagayan de Oro. Now, I agree with that idea of putting up a college owned by the city government. Because, you know, if you have a college, a city has a college, it is a symbol of prestige. And it is important that the poor shall have the opportunity to be given proper education. Here, education is the main concern. But allow me, Madam Chair, to cite a study by the World Bank and the UNESCO. UNESCO is, the meaning of UNESCO is the United Nations Education, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. It is a branch of the United Nations that tackles on issues of education, if you talk about education. Now, this is what the report said. Learning poverty, which means there is a poverty now in learning. Economic poverty is different. This is a learning poverty. Learning poverty in the time of COVID-19. A crisis within a crisis. That is the most important topic to be discussed, I suppose. There is a crisis now that we are faced, and we are given the opportunity to study. What is that opportunity? The opening of the face-to-face classes that is now starting. Ngano nga dunay learning poverty? Duha ra ka klase ang estudyante, Madam Chair. Katong ni sulod sa eskwelahan o katong wala sa sulod sa eskwelahan. But for the last 2 years, tanan estudyante follows out of school youth. And the effect of that is learning poverty. And you know, in money, if we talk about money, if you talk about compensation, if you talk about income, according to the World Bank report, the world, because of this learning poverty, as one of the adverse effects of COVID-19, is worth $10 trillion. $10 trillion, which is about 1/10 of the entire GDP of the world. Kung sabi po, buti ipasabot nini. Ang buti ipasabot nini, nga kay ang tao, for the last 2 years, ang atong mga estudyante, nakulangan man sa pagtuon. So ang ilang skills o ability sa pagtrabaho na minusan. Oh, because naminusan man, naminusan po ng ilang unyang sweldo, ang ilang income. And this is now the effect. $10 trillion. Mo ka nagkaroon ito magkakita. Mo ka nagkaroon ito magkakita. Nagmahal ang mga palaliton. Muna ni karoon ang efekto. Wala na ito ni maklaro kay lagi, these are just empirical data. Now, mao kini ang problema kay kita sa Pilipinas, ni suffer na nining learning poverty. Ang pangutana sunod is, what is our educational status before COVID-19? Are we okay? Are we okay? Do we have a good educational output before COVID-19? No. Now, according to report in 2010, which I think is still valid today because there is no other report except this, it says, the quality of the Philippine education and in the output, and its output is deteriorating in such distressing level that the country now ranks among the poorest performers in East Asia. Mo ka na karoon nga, kadungog ka, mga bata, estudyante, hindi kabasa. Isang ni-graduate na sa elementary. Di ba lumusugma kung sa matematik? Di ba lumusulat? Mo ka na itong problema. Hindi problema ang eskwelahan. But the quality of education should be our priority. How to correct these deficiencies now? We have to study and to put remedial measures to reverse the trend. Now, Madam Chair, according to this report, kani karon nga panahon nga naa ang mga estudyante sa eskwelahan is the time for us to look for solutions. Ganun man, the teachers will now have face-to-face encounter with the students. The teacher is now given the opportunity to know unsay problema nining estudyante. Ganun nagkaminos ang iyang abilidad. So that's the time. Mabuhat kita og plan unsaan paghatag sa solusyon. Doon na ba'y problema sa pagkaon sa mga estudyante? Doon na ba'y malnutrition? Makalearn ba ang estudyante sa eksakto kung gutom ang ilang mga tiyan? That is supposed to be the problem. Our teachers properly told sa teaching methods nga dali musulod sa ulo sa mga estudyante ng ilang itudlo. Ano ko na, Madam Chair? Yes, there is a necessity for us to build college, despite the fact that Cagayan de Oro is the center of education. We have hundreds of universities or hundreds of schools here. But it's the quality of education, coupled by this effect of the COVID-19, doing good service to us. Muna nga, I would like to refer this to the Committee on Education so that it can be put in place in the study nga. Dili lang kita mag-estudyar nga muni. Dagan na itong mga kuwanda. Ang importante kung ang nakasulod sa ulo sa itong mga bata, mga makibulong na niya sila sa pagsulat, kabulong sila pagbasa, and they will be taught on what is the good of critical thinking. Para maka-argue sila. para ma-express nila ang ilang mga una-una. Makasulti ba sila in English, which is a tool in employment? Makasulti ba sila sa straight na Tagalog? Makasuma ba sila 1 plus 1 equals 2? Multiplication nga di mo gamit sa calculator. My God, that should be the topic of our discussion. Mo ka na, Madam Chair, nga, I hope nga, yes, importante ang college. But let us wait. There is an urgent problem now. Now is the problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. Interesting. Okay, Councilor Bernie Esparcia, followed by Councilor Ayan Mark Lakaya.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And mayong hapon sa tanan natong mga kauban. Madam Chair, I just want to add inputs because I was so thankful that I was also included during that committee hearing sa Committee on Education, and that was really quite long. That was actually 3 hours yun. Nangamalahan yun may ato. Just want to additional input. I strongly agree with Honorable Abaday that we should have this feasibility study. And it's true that DepEd, CHED cite the example of what happened to Iligan City. Just would like to add lang, gamay lang, that if we really want to insist daw na university, because sometimes namang yung stereotype nga lahi ra gyud basta university, that's why Honorable Agasuan really want to push the university, the pamantasan in the hinterlands kay, well, all of us, mo man atong gusto gyud may tabo to give education, free education sa college and labi na sa mga hinterlands barangay. Pero if we really want to insist the university, why not? We should focus on the existing university, which is the USTP, and let's make na lang satellite campuses of the University of Science and Technology, or the USTP nga university nato. That would be possible. But again, mas hayag-hayag kung college lang sa unahon, then actually kung imong unaw-naon, that's right, the budget, mo maginay number 1 atong istoryahan. But I know, I just want to grab, pag gusto, maraming paraan. Pag ayaw, ang dami nating dahilan. So, why not if magkayusa ta? And I'm also happy that when Honorable Suzette Magtaas Daba said that, this is, I saw also the post of our mayor, na usa ni siya sa iyang executive agenda, and that's very good. Then, again, hopefully, tana ma-push yun mag-consolidate, mahatag sa technical working group, and hopefully, mahimo ning ligasiya sa among tanan, na we should have a free college diri sa Dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro. Daghang salamat, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Bernie Esparcia. Councilor Ayan Mark Lakaya, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. When the city of Cagayan de Oro was still young, Madam Presiding Officer, when I say young, it was 20 years ago. The demand of a city college was very high because the demand of the community was also high because there was only one university, and that is Xavier University. And now we already have Capital University, LSU, the Cagayan University. COC has become a COC FINMA, which is already a national educational institution. And the challenges posed in dealing with the direction of the educational institution is also competitive with other higher and bigger institutions, such as in Manila. And the list goes on. And now, the scholarship program has become wide in number, and the direction is fine-tuned with the needs of the time. In fact, I remember when we authored the first ordinance in 1994, yes. I was one of the authors of the ordinance together with then Councilor Tabor, and implemented in 98. The number of scholars we have had was only a few, until it grew to 500 in 2004, and it grew to almost 8,000 present. Yes, present. And we admitted again for this year almost 1,000, 2,000. So in other words, it will come to a point that we are already granting families of about 10,000. When we start a college, it would mean that we start with the first year college, because we could not occupy all the responsibilities there are for the first to fourth, or to first to fifth, or to any other introductory and requirement of an educational institution for one college. I don't know if we have the expertise right now, unless we hire and recruit from competition, from the universities. Let me pose a question on the economic side, Madam Presiding Officer. If we pursue a college or a university for the city of Cagayan de Oro, are we threatening the life of other educational institutions like CU, Xavier, Lesio, Lourdes, COC Filma, and all other colleges? Because that would be the time that we will be withdrawing our scholarship program that we have partnered with these institutions. And because of this intention, which is a different path, Madam Presiding Officer, with the economic loss of these educational institutions, because as we all know, there are dropouts in plenty. And because of the scholarship program of the city government, from the barangays, from the SKs, from the corporate entities, they survive. They survive. And if we withdraw, that's another question. Will they survive and compete? Because this is a business enterprise. This is a business enterprise. They have to pay their employees, the faculty, and all there are in one institution. I'm not against, because I was once a leader in the city that has called that it's about time that we create and establish a city college. But that was long time ago, Madam Presiding Officer. I remember when I was in college, in College of Commerce, there were only 1,200 students. And in other colleges, 800, 700. And if we add up all the numbers from different fields of education, Madam Presiding Officer, maybe perhaps lower than 8,000 or 10,000 for fiscal year 2023. And still, the scholarship program is better because we have provided and boosted economically for our educational institutions, supporting them in a parallel provision of by way of granting scholarship grants to students and for them to operate this with expertise. That's a question that we should raise. And I agree that this should be investigated. And the feasibility study should be underlined with all the angles there are, including the economics of sustaining our own educational institution, and at the same time, our existing educational institutions, where they can sustain their programs, their campuses, and do better even after, for example, the existence of our own city college. And if I may, considering that this is the first, considering also, Madam Presiding Officer, I am the chair of the Laws and Rules, let me stipulate that once a measure is pending before the committee, this should not be leveled up in the plenary session. Let's allow the legislative meal do its part at the committee level, so that there would be no confusion as to which direction that whatever measure that there are for the city of Cagayan de Oro. But I appreciate Councilor James Judith for his stance and as well as dedication to serve by opening up the intention to sponsor a city college. But I would like to put a call as the chair of the Laws and Rules that once a measure is pending at the committee level, let us allow legislative milling at the committee first before we will discuss it in the higher level like this at the plenary. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Councilor Ayan Martacaya. Councilor Girly Balabay, you recognize.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. I would just like to directly react to the report of our esteemed colleague, our reporter, Councilor James Judith, about kay grabe na ba iyahang ang passion sa pag kinibitang storya gina nganong wala tay City College ang El Salvador nga man ang unsa pa to nga mga munisipyo, Taguluan na aman ang unsa pa, Opol na aman, Salay na may City College ang community di Salay City, is it a city? Dili mo city.
Salvador City.
So ako lang, I would just like to react kay sa atong speaker or sa atong reporter, special reporter nga I think dili siya fair if we compare Cagayan de Oro City to these municipalities, kay ang Cagayan de Oro City is a highly urbanized cities. O dapat i-consider niya na kining mga ubang munisipyo na naa sila mga city colleges or municipal colleges or community colleges because wala sila enough na university or educational institutions sa ilahang lugar. Whereas there is sa Cagayan de Oro City, we have a number of educational institutions, long-standing pagid ni sila since pa ni mga 1920s, ang Xavier University, ang Lourdes College, ang Liceo de Cagayan, ang COC, daghanta mga universities, and in fact other kini residents no sa ubang lugar Dali katapok kay mumalagi sama sa gingon ni Councilor Cabanlas ang Cagayan de Oro City ang educational kining educational hub sa ato ang region no or sa province or sa kining region 10 or sa province sa Misamis Oriental. So ako lang no we have to reconsider ako lang ipanghangyo ang ato ang Committee on Education kay i-discuss pa naman no sa Committee on Education nga i-consider nato not the number of schools no not the number of students nga atong gusto nga ipaskwela but also we have to consider that each student must have the quality education they need. No kay kung sige ta og pagtukod og eskwelahan, sige ta tukod og eskwelahan na nakompromiso nato ang katong mga kinahanglan nga education no kalidad nga edukasyon nga ihatag nato og mga values nato nihatag sa atong mga kabatan-unan makompromiso wala lang yapoy pulos ning ato ang pag kining City College o kini sang laging sige ta gasto naatay yung criminology why criminology naabay demand for naay demand mas daghan pulis gusto nato nga mo produce ta og daghan pulis no daghan ta dapat i-considerar so I think this is a very kining taas nga proseso taas pa ni siya na no it will take years and years and mas maayo gyapon na masugdan nato karon and good luck pero consider nato no na let's build a community a city na or an institution, an educational institution nga mo produce og mga quality na pod na mga students. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Girly Balaba. You are recognized, Councilor Suzette Daba.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. I would just like to share also no ang presentation og mga questions nga gi-raise sa CHED para naay background or naay ma-share nato sa members of this august body. Actually, Chad also asked the same questions, no? Na by feasibility study why these courses were recommended. And then, of course, Councilor Agaswan actually mentioned also the same schools mentioned by the reporter, Tagulwan, Opol, and then Chad answered that Cagayan de Oro City is a highly urbanized city, yes, and we actually have 15 recognized higher education institutions. So kani siya gikan gid siya sa CHED, no? Yatag ni sa amo tagsa. And from these 15 recognized higher education institutions, there are already existing 314 programs. So most of to, of course, no, ang technical working group dili ra ang kanang pag-push nga mag-create og city college. So i-consider gihapon nila ang other stakeholders, especially the existing colleges and universities, since they will be affected, no? That's why last meeting na atay mga scholars, no, atong alumni sa scholarship program who recently graduated this year. Sila ang first batch nga beneficiary sa Scholarship Code 2018. And sa ilahang manifestation, of course, no, ang sa ila lang ni nga suggestion is why not increase the number of city scholars rather than creating a city college. So nasa mga lain-laing mga punto, lain-lain na mga suggestion, kay maulagi daw mas establish na ang mga schools, and we have to consider also the budget kay pag construct sa building sa city college puro nagawas ang atuang kwarta, no? Munang gipaabot pod sa ato sa CHED, no, what happened to Iligan is that ang next administration did not support the City College of Iligan. So naundang pod siya kay wala may budget, and wala pod napugngan ang pag-undang because in the first place it was not recognized by CHED. So luoy ang mga estudyante, but of course sa executive agenda ni Mayor, no, the education team had a meeting with Mayor Clarex Uy. Ug sa among nasabutan, ang iyahang gi-order sa technical working group, we will never operate kung walay pagtugot sa CHED. Mo lang gid na atong gisiguro. Kay although libre ang college, pero sayang kayo ang kwarta, sayang ang panahon na gigahin sa estudyante. So, i-take note na ni tanan, no, ang suggestion, and then the technical working group, of course, will invite the different colleges and universities for their comments, Madam Chair. So, tanan gid ni i-invite, dili pwede nga ang pag-push lang kay discuss man pod ang pros and cons of creating a city college. That is why ang ordinansa nga nakapending sa komitiba sa edukasyon, dili pa gid na siya ma-finalize, Madam Chair, kay ang atong pagpanday sa balaod is based from the results of the studies and research. So, salamat, Madam
Okay,
Chair.
thank you, Councilor. So, the last, Councilor Ayan Achas. Last, Councilor Michael Sen. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mayong hapon sa tanan sa atong mga kauban sa konseyo. Madam Chair, since our Mayor, Clarix Uy, envisioned to have a city college, I think the majority will agree that we will put up the city college, Madam Chair. Now, dagan ang akong nadunggan, it was 20 years ago, nagplano na ang atong syudad na magtukod og city college. Wala gihapon natuman. Naatay mga scholarship program for over 10,000 scholarships. Ang pangutana, kanang 10,000 ba? Tanan ba katauhan sa dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro naka-eskwela ni anang 10,000? I think, Madam Chair, in my observation, from the grassroots level, there are many dreaming nga naay profession nga ilang makabot nga barato ang pag-eskwela. Tinuod, naatay mga city colleges. They are prestigious colleges in the city. But we should remember in Manila, there are Ateneos there na gihapoy pamantasan ng lungsod ng Manila. Wala man sila na pobre. In Iligan, atong gisite nga na-defeat ang school kay wala ni suportahan sa previous administration. Madam Chair, it is all about management. Kung giun sa pag-manage ang eskwelahan, I think mulambo ug mulampos kini. Ato mang nasuta, gagmay na mga munisipyo na ikaugalingon nga eskwelahan tungod there is management. Ilang na project kung unsay mahitabo sa ilang eskwelahan. And I think our city is capable nga mag-manage niya na. Dili rason na tungod kay naakitay mga kauban nga eskwelahan, i-deprive nato ang mga tao sa ilang edukasyon nga ilang kabuton. Lantaw ninyo, pila ka book driver sa mga sikad nga hantod karon ang mga amahan na ninguha mo drive matag adlaw aron lamang makapalampos sa ilang eskwela sa ilang mga anak, and yet we are depriving them tungod for the reason nga ang uban nga to na mga colleges kinanglan suportahan. I agree nga ato silang suportahan, but not to the expense of our people. Daghan sa atong katawhan nanginanglan og tiunay nga suporta sa gobyerno, labi na kabahin sa edukasyon. Ang atong mga colleges, tanan colleges sa dakbayan, I believe nga nagtuo sila nga education is the equalizer of poverty. But why we oppose? Nga no muupos man kita nini nga kita mang tanan ingon nga ang edukasyon equalizer sa kagutom o kalisod. That's why we are pushing the city college. For the reason, Madam Chair, because it is the vision of our people. At the same time, it is the vision of our Mayor, Clarix Uy. Busa, walay rason nga atong hugnan kini. Kasabot ko nga na mga technicalities nga ngay natutukan. Dili nato na wadon, Madam Chair. But for today, I would like to propose a resolution. Nga since dugay na nangandoy kita, pwede ba in the next budget nato sa City Council, we will allocate appropriation for the lands or property intended for our school. Kaya mo makining una nga buhaton nato. Magpalit kita yuta intended sa atong college na tukuron. And the rest will follow. The rest, maatong maistudihan, nga unsaon nato pagbalansi ang edukasyon nga mahimong patas para sa tanan. Mao kini ang angay nato lantawon, Madam Chair. That's why I would like to propose nga kinanglan mag-appropriate kita og luna para niini. I know nga ang atong local school board is not allowed to purchase a property intended for colleges. But the city itself can make an ordinance for an appropriation of the lot intended for city colleges. Mao kana, Madam Chair, nga I would like to adhere with this resolution na to looking into forward with the Committee on Education nga iya pud ning lang taon. And I am asking, Madam Chair, that the Committee on Education will take side to our people. Ulantaw siya sa atong katauhan. At the same time, to adhere the principles to our mayor to have a city college. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Ariana Chas. To be referred to your committee. I promise, Councilor Michael Seno, you're recognized. So actually, this is the last one. We will be, anyway, this will be discussed in the committee level. So then, so we can proceed, okay?
Yeah. Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer. Good afternoon. Oh. Medyo taas-taas na ang discussion. And I think everybody would agree na mag-put up og City College. Yeah, and nobody is objecting, no? I have stand up, Madam Presiding Officer, because at the end of the day, the youth will benefit on this. The youth will benefit on this. And ang problema sa Luna, Madam Presiding Officer, building, I think in one of our discussion with the good city mayor, they have promised that the city library, the 4th and the 5th floor, would be used as rooms for the city college. So, medyo luag na, kaya ang 3rd floor niya na ang library man. So, 4th and 5th floor, city library. So, most probably, diha mapadulong. But at the end of the day, it's the decision of the executive. Okay, we all need the budget. And considering that nag-budget call naman, and sa gisulti na a priority, one of the priority agendas of our city mayor, then na maghimo og city college, then let's wait for the endorsement of the technical working group. Let's wait for the report of the Committee on Education. No, kay para di na mataas itong discussion, Madam Presiding Officer, and just put it on record that I think nobody is against or opposing the creation of the city college in the city of Cagayan de Oro. Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Councilor Michael Seno. Yes, last one, Councilor Suset Daba.
About the comment of our colleague, Councilor Ayan Achas, yes, first of all, no one's objecting, of course, no? Under study pa lang siya. But there is no need for resolution, Madam Chair, kay naanay plano daan ang ato ang city mayor nga ang property owned by the city government maunay gamiton pagtukod sa city college. And initially, sa among pag-meeting is kanang naa sa Carmen. So muna siya, no need to purchase, so no need for a resolution kay iandam ni siya. Daghang salamat.
Thank you very much, Councilor Suset Daba. So let us wait, no? There is already a technical working group working on this. Feasibility studies will be done on this. So let's give the mayor a chance also to perform in this community college because as I have observed, we are focused on scholars academically. What happens to the hinterlands? What happens who cannot compete with the city students who are brilliant, who are scholars? What happened to them? Dili sila ka-compete. I was thinking of this even way back before. Daghan sa atong mga estudyante nga wala in town, they cannot avail of the best education sa ilang elementary or high school because na towns kabukiran. So what happens? Dili na lang sila. Kaya nig-apply nila og scholar, ang mahitabo, di gyapon madawat kahagbong sila. I hope, if this will be realized, no, ang damgo sa syudad, ang aton damgo tanan, no, nga there will be categorization, i-categorize, academic, ug naapoy, syempre, dawaton na to, ang dili pod scholar meaning academic nga labaw siya, no, kaysa atong uban nga estudyante, because I am taking into consideration kato atong mga estudyante nga lagyo, estudyante na sa hinterland nga dili gyud ka compete sa academic standing dinhi sa syudad sa ato estudyante. I hope this will be taken into consideration, Councilor Suset Daba. This is a very important issue, no? Kay daghan na gud ko nadunggan nga dili man mahagbong man gyud sila sa entrance sa scholarship exam. So give them the chance also to be educated and to graduate college. Thank you very much. So let us proceed. The second speaker is Councilor Roger Abaday. You're recognized. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Chair. Good afternoon once again. Now, I would like to assure you that my special report is just very short. It just goes long 1 minute. And I would like to advance to all of you that most of the context of my special report are taken from the opinion of the different agencies and experts published in the social media, the article. Now, the title of my report is about the opening of job opportunities for the elderly or senior citizens. Okay, now, based on the latest statistics, the number of senior citizens in the country has increased. And also, life expectancy has been rising in many societies, including the Philippines. So, another study showed that there are 3.17 million senior citizens Filipinos are still gainful workers. Given the harsh economic times, Filipinos now confront more seniors are venturing back into the labor market, finding that their savings and retirement funds are falling short in meeting their and their family needs for essentials like food, utilities, health care, transportation, housing, etc. Now, equal job opportunities for senior citizens pushed the government to respond to senior citizens who want to continue making a living. No less than the NIDA Secretary, Arsenio Balasican, responded positively to the call, stressing that doors of opportunity should remain open to those aged of 65 and above as they remain very productive according to the Philippine Statistics Authority, the PACE, latest labor and labor force survey, the LFS, showed that even the retired senior citizens were being forced to look for jobs because of the need for a bigger family income to meet the unabated increase in consumer prices, labor participation rate for those aged of 65 years old above, either working or actually looking for a job, increased to 38.2% from 34.9% in the month of May 22. They wanted more earnings to help them cope up with the rising prices. Now, including senior citizens in the earning workforce will contribute to the economy to reduce the elderly on government subsidies. We should not write off our graying population and instead help them find their meaning, sustenance, and satisfaction in an inclusive society. Due to the harder time brought by the high price of food and other basic services, many seniors have ventured back to the market. No? Now, according to Harvard Business Review, seniors are known for their reliability, skill, diligence, and productivity. It has also been found that their loyalty is higher than younger workers. The cost of training and hiring employees with such traits can be eliminated if they are hired. Employees with their traits. Therefore, Madam Chair and my colleagues, we will persuade our business establishment in CDO to maximize the skills and experience of senior employees as a consequence of this training. So, we are urging or placing our private business sectors to respond positively the call of NIDA, the labor agency, regarding the accommodation of our senior citizens, the job opportunity. We will also encourage TISDA to provide special training program to equip and enhance our enhanced skills for our senior citizens, attuned to their needs of business industries, potential use to employment, especially in the digital space, agriculture, and other industry or commercial skills, Madam Chair. Now, employers could tap senior competencies and offer jobs in accordance with their educational attainment, especially that there is a sudden influx of already retired workers returning to workforce for additional income given this hard time. So the trust of the new government, the President Bongbong Marcos, in the economic program as planned, or his plan is to create increasing productive employment opportunities so that you don't have to work more than an hour, 8 hours, or you don't have 2 jobs to earn a decent living. So, Madam Presiding Chair and my colleagues, for your information, this representation has already started negotiating with the employers, with their representative, some business establishment here in CDU during the 19th City Council. Some has already pledged to support our proposal. Unfortunately, it was not pursued through because of the resurgence of COVID-19. Now, wherein the senior citizens are confined at home due to IATF guidelines. Now that we are almost in the normal level, I am pursuing this plan to sit down and talk again with the employers with regards to this program. So, Annex 2, at the proper time, I am proposing a resolution to earnestly request our employers in the city that our able and willing senior citizens may be given an equal opportunity to work attuned to their educational skills, competencies, subject for styling. Further, if it is not too much for you all, another resolution earnestly requesting the Director of TISDA, Region 10, headed by Ashley A. Bantu, to provide a special training program for our senior citizens who are willing and able to undergo such training for employment purposes. Subject for styling again, Madam Chair. Thank you very much, and good afternoon once again.
Thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abada. That was a long 10 minutes. 1 minute daw. 10 minutes. Akong gitay. Anyway, that is it. Okay lang. So, subject for styling. So, let us proceed to the third speaker. Councilor Malvern Esparcia, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Again, may hapon sa tanan, nasa media, may hapon. Dali na ni, Madam Chair, mga 1 minute and 5 hours. Madam Chair, my inbox is so full because of this inquiry nga ga-message ako about aning gitawag nga SRA o OCA. Allow me to read some. Sir Bernie, pa-advise lang daw mi angay banamo idangop ang kabahin sa among problema sa Senado kay Rapi Tulfo, ingon sa among head nurse bahin sa among salary, COVID allowance, health allowance. Also, hello sir, maapil pod unta mahisgutan sa amo ang 1 COVID allowance nga hangtod karon wala pa in taon. Namo na dawat og ambot unsay rason nganong wala pa nga naa man unta budget ana gikan sa DOH. Napuisa, unta apilo nila hatag ng 1 COVID allowance og hatag sabay anang sweldo. Hello po sir, I am also working under CDRRMD, working in the CIU. Sir, I have a lot of other workmates in the CIU na mga emergency hire nga gibutang as financial assistance, and since April wa na gyud ni sila nasweldohan. Murag sweldo po ni. Looy kay taon sila sir, pamilyado taon akong mga kauban nagkandaugaga na lang og pinangita asa makahulam og kwarta para lang may tabok ang adlaw-adlaw. As much as we have dedicated our lives risking our safety cause we are frontliners para lang makaprovide og safe environment for the whole city. Kailangan po taon sa akong mga kauban ilang mga sweldo sir. Makakumot kayo sa kasing-kasing ang akong kauban sa facility whom I consider my family kay nagkalisod-lisod nagyud tungod kay wala pagyud gihapon. Sir, naa pa bagyud kahay mo abot. For the sake sa mga atong mga media friends, just in case I know you guys know this already. So ang kaning SRA mo ni siyang COVID-19 Special Risk Allowance. It was vested by our President. And also kanida yung bag-o kaning gitawag nilang 1 COVID allowance morning OCA. This is a DBM DOH Joint Circular number 2022-0001 dated February 10, 2022. Prescribe the guidelines for the grant of the 1 COVID-19 allowance to healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers who are the personnel assigned in all health facilities involved in COVID-19 response in the line with the National Action Plan COVID-19 Strategy of Prevention. Madam Chair, since napuno naman ko ni ang akong inbox about this, I don't know also if these are legit because I cannot confirm though I just click their profile. Legit man po sila nga mga di man po ni sila mga ingon nga kuan lang. For me, Madam Chair, pag ingan ni manggod, lisod kayo sama sa gugma, lisod kayo ning mura kag ipaasa. Once and for all, that's why my prayer is just so simple, Madam Chair. A resolution to earnestly request the conduct of inquiry on the status of the delayed 1 COVID allowance and special risk allowance of Cagayan de Oro City, specifically sa JR Bora Hospital doctors and nurses, Madam Chair. Because once and for all, para lang maybe tungod kay bag-o pasad ko, wa ba ko kabalo sa processes, but I just want to know, para lang gid may bawaan na lang gid ang tanan, naa pa ba gid ni siya o wala na? If delayed, when manggid mo abot, unsa nga bulan, if delayed ni, unsa may gibuhat nato para mapapaspas ni. And katong ni-resign na lang, because doon ang mga gwanta, Madam Chair, kay wa na gyud tao'y kabuhi kay niundang na, di na makaya. Makadawat pa ba sila? These are my questions, Tana. Hopefully, if ma-approve ning akong resolution. Again, a resolution to earnestly request the conduct of an inquiry on the status of the delayed 1 COVID allowance and special risk allowance of Cagayan de Oro City, JR Bora Hospitals, doctors and nurses. Dagan salamat, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Bernie Sparcia. Yes, Councilor Lourdes Gani, you're recognized.
Sorry. Thank you, Madam Chair, Vice Mayor Bebot Rodriguez, my colleagues at 20th City Council, friends from the media, and people of Cagayan de Oro. Mayng hapon ka natong tanan. I had the chance to talk to Ma'am Ami Milvar, our finance division head sa JR Borja Hospital last weekend. And considering you were inquiring sa atong regarding sa SRA, which is the Special Risk Allowance, and the OCA, which is the one COVID allowance for health workers, especially involved in COVID-19 response. These are the facts which I got from Ma'am Ami Milvar. The SRA has been budgeted for 2021 only and is already discontinued. Now, the SRA is from Department of Health. Now, the OCA, which is the one COVID-19 allowance, only the first semester of 2022 is covered as of now. And until now, JR Borja Hospital is still uploading the names of the hospital staff and other staff involved in the COVID-19 response to the DOH portal. Now, there is a difficulty in accessing the DOH portal. In fact, mag-access sila at 1 a.m. in the morning kay lisod kay access tungod daghan kay gasulod. Now, as of now, they have already uploaded the names up to March 2022 due to the problems of internet connectivity. And once the names of the qualified hospital staff have been completed up to June 2022, the DOH regional office would send it to its central office, and once approved, the OCA fund would be downloaded to the local government unit and payroll would be processed. As of karon, wala pa gi-download ang kwarta from Department of Health, from the central office. We do not know when the OCA would be released, and it is entirely the call of the Department of Health. The amounts to be received per month per employee are classified as to risk. For high risk, they get 9,000 pesos. For medium risk, they get 6,000 pesos. And for low risk, they get 3,000 pesos. Now, the draft City Council resolution granting the local Chief Executive Authority to enter into a MOA with the Department of Health covering the OCA is now pending at the City Mayor's office. That's the fact which that's the facts nga ako nakuha during my talk with Ma'am Ami Milvar, our Finance Division Head of the JR Borja Hospital. I hope nga nakita ni, and katong question ni Councilor Bernie na kung katong nag-resign, makuha gyapon na nila. Basta once na downloaded ang ilang name dito and approved by DOH Central. Thank you and maayong hapon.
Thank you, Councilor Lourdes Gani. Councilor Attorney Joy Abu, you're recognized.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just a point of inquiry, Madam Chair. If I'm not mistaken, as what I've heard from the good Councilor Gani, the SRA is only good for the year 2021? And the one COVID allowance is also good for the first semester, January to June. Okay. So, first January to June. So those working, especially in the city isolation unit, once the budget from the DOH would be downloaded, they will also be able to receive these benefits. That would be all, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Girly Balaba, you recognize.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ako lang ni siyang pangutan na nga to ang good reporter, no? Kay kinsa man niya ni address ang iyang inquiry sa DOH. Asa? Kinsa kay ang kining special risk allowance kay gikan ni siya sa DBM nagi-download sa DOH nga i-download usab sa JR Borja. So kinsa man ang imuhang pangutan-on? Ang DBM kung iya lang na nang nahatag sa DOH or ang DOH na nahatag na ba nila sa JR Borja? Aron ang JR Borja makatubag nga kung ilan na pong nahatag ang sweldo, pila ang ilang nadawat kan sa DOH, kung ilan na ba pong nadawat dito sa o gihatag dito sa mga empleyado. Asa man nimo kining inquiry on the status kay kinsa man na imong pangutan-on ani? Ang JR Borja. Ang JR Borja is just the recipient.
Yeah.
Dili man sila ang gahatag sa kwarta. So atong pangutan-on ang DBM or ang DOH kung ilan na bagyong nahatag na download na ba nila ang kwarta nga gikan sa nasyonal aron nga pamampungutan na nato ang JR Borja, no? Mo pa siguro ako lang na ako paklaro.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Councilor Balaba. Actually, there's already an answer coming from Councilor Gaani. So pending, but still needs a signature, right? From the mayor. Approval. Yeah.
Actually, ongoing ang uploading sa names, those involved sa atong COVID-19 response. Problema lang, na ay problema sa connectivity. So, even as early as 1 a.m., ga-upload ang JR Bora until now.
Okay.
And March pa ang last nila nga mga na-involved sa COVID-19 response. And we're still waiting na ma-approve sa DOH Central, aya nila i-download to the local government unit. So, ang atong resolution nga kailangan mo with the City Mayor and Department of Health para sa atong OCA is still pending at sa City Mayor's office.
Okay, so it's pending. What we will do now is that we follow up with the DOH. Ato nang i-check with DOH, okay? So we're running out of time, so we cannot get any answer for now. So we will just get I will check with DOH, okay? So Councilor Ayan Marco Nakaya, so
We'll just wait for the proper transmittal.
actually I will check with DOH with that matter. If kay kung ang DOH wa pagid nila na upload, so what happens? So sa ila ang bali ang
Maybe just
delay.
one question, Madam
Yeah,
Presiding
yeah.
Officer. I would like to address this to the Chair of the Committee on Health.
Okay.
If there is no MOA, there is no release, right?
So this signature. That is
So,
precisely
in
why I
other
was
words,
asking.
There was no transfer of funds yet
Okay,
because
okay.
there was no MOA.
Because there's no MOA.
Yes.
Precisely why I am asking whether this is still at the table of the mayor. Naapagyod.
That's the manifestation.
So wala gyoy activity. What there
There's
will
no
be
fund transfer.
Yes.
Yet.
So
Ma'am, one of the requirements is the MOA
yeah.
for downloading. And another is ang upload sa names sa those involved sa COVID-19 response, which is until now, napa sila sa March nga nag-upload ang JR Bora. Kaya considering na not only hospital employees from JR Bora, also those involved sa atong mga CIUs, sa atong mga TTMF. So,
Yeah, precisely why.
The answer.
The same answer. So the MOA is very important.
Yes, ma'am.
You cannot be releasing the money without the MOA. So I hope that can be facilitated. Yes, Councilor Ayan Magdakaya. Let us proceed.
Yes, Madam Presiding Officer, we terminate now the special report portion and proceed to the agenda, if I may.
Proceed.
For items 1 to 5, omnibus motion for having a similar subject matter. One is proposed resolution number 2022-53, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 1, the city, its ordinance number 04 series of 2022, Two, proposed resolution number 2022-54, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 10, the city, its ordinance number 001, series of 2022. Three, proposed resolution number 2022-55, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 19, the city, its ordinance number 2, series of 2022. Four, proposed resolution number 2022-56, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 25, the city, its ordinance number 3, series of 2022. And five, proposed resolution number 2022-57, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 29, the city, its ordinance covering their respective and supplemental budgets number 1 for calendar year 2022 with estimated incomes with the information that said ordinance, barangay ordinances are operative in their entirety. Move forward. May we ask the chair to recognize Councilor
Alam Lim, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, maayong hapon. Everything is in order. Omnibus motion from I move for the approval of proposed resolution number 2022-53, number 2, proposed resolution number 2022-54, number 3, proposed resolution 2022-55, number 4 is proposed resolution number 2022-56, number 5 is proposed resolution 2022-57.
Second.
There's any second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 6 is proposed resolution number 2022-58, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay Taglimao, this city, its ordinance number 1, series of 2022, covering its annual budget for calendar year 2022 with an estimated income of 4,307,163 pesos with information that said ordinance is operative in its entirety. Again, for the recognition of Councilor Ian Lamlim.
Councilor Ian Lamlim, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, everything is in order. I move for the approval of proposed resolution number 2022-58.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 7 is proposed resolution number 2022-59, confirming the appointment of Dr. Rachel D. Dilia as City Government Department Head 2, City Health Officer 3, with all rights and privileges pertinent thereto. As a matter of course, Madam Presiding Officer, is Dr. Dilia present? So,
is Dr. Dilia here?
May we ask her to address, and for that purpose, may I move to suspend the rules?
Okay, rules. Motion is hereby carried. Motion is hereby.
By the way, Councilor Dokboboy Daba is present.
We'd like to recognize Councilor Doc Boboy Daba. Congratulations, Dr. Rachel Dilia as the City Health Officer.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
I am so glad and excited for this confirmation, and I've been looking forward to this since I have been working with the City Health Office for a long time. That's it.
Thank you, thank you. Congratulations again, Dr. Dilia.
Thank you.
If there are no questions, Madam Presiding Officer, move to lift the suspension of the rules. Thank you, Doc.
Session is resumed. Thank you, Dr. Dilia.
With that, Madam Presiding Officer, move to approve proposed resolution number 2022-59.
Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second? No objection? Motion is hereby carried.
Number 8, congratulations, Dr. Delia. Congratulations. Also to Councilor Doc Boboy Daba. Number 8 is proposed resolution number 2022-60, adopting the order of the Committee on Ethics and Blue Ribbon on BR case number 2022-04 entitled Mr. Sam David D. Calamba, Mr. Samuel Jude T. Calamba, representative of Mr. Samuel T. Calamba, complainants, versus PSMS Nolasco and Gaabukayan, Mr. Ariel Mercado, Mr. Emeritus Pitus Dalay, respondents, for grave abuse of authority, grave misconduct, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, violence of the domicile under Article 128 of RPC, physical injuries under Article 266 of RPC, and violation of the provision of RA 7610, dismissing the said case for lack of jurisdiction. May we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Ed Cabanlas.
Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, you recognize.
Move to approve the proposed resolution, Madam Chair.
Second.
Second, any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Any second? Objection. Motion is hereby carried.
For number 9, we have proposed resolution number 2022-61, amending resolution number 14195-2022, otherwise known as the 20th City Council Sangguniang Panglungsod House Rules in the manner provided for herein. With the kind indulgence of the Chair, Presiding Officer pro tempore, may we ask Councilor Joey Abo be recognized for the proper motion?
Councilor Joey Abu, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Since the said special committee has already submitted the proposed recommendation for amendment, we move for the approval of the said proposed resolution.
Second.
Second, any objection? Being none, motion is hereby carried. Excuse me, Majority Floor Leader, if I may. I've been checking on these House rules, and there is this page 4 after section 12. It is followed by section 3. Nahim 4 siya, dayon after section 12, it is followed by section 3 na 23 na day. I hope you can check on that, no?
Page, line number.
Page 4.
Line number.
Section 12. 12 is followed by section 23. Gikan siya sa section 12. Didiretso siya sa 23, Majority Floor Leader. Probably you can check on that.
Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Secretary. Oo, nera.
Kindly reconcile the record of the presiding officer. What we have among the members are the attachment.
Ako man ito nakitaan ganina. Section 12. Okay. Can you post it, Mr. Secretary, para atong makorek lang.
For common reference, let's request, we request the city secretary to produce on slide and presentation through PPT the attachment of the agenda.
Thirteen. 12. Then next. Wait. Sige lang, I'll check on this again.
Okay.
Ang ako si itong kopya.
Okay.
Ma? Anyway, I'll check on it again, Majority Floor Leader.
Thank you, Madam Presiding
thank you.
Officer. So, move to approve second final reading.
Second, any objection? You hear none? Motion is hereby carried.
We have number 10 as proposed ordinance number 2022-5 granting franchise to the Endahag Square Garden, represented by Mr. Sylvester R. Inosian Jr. to operate and maintain its cockpit located in Barangay Endahag, the city for a period of 3 years and under the terms and conditions imposed therein. May we ask the Chair to recognize the GOV Chair, Councilor Roger Abada.
Councilor Roger Abada, you're recognized.
Considering, Madam Chair and my colleagues, that all the requirements of these applicants are all based on documents on file, I am moving for the approval of this ordinance.
Yeah, kindly please explain, no? Because actually, this ordinance was vetted by the mayor, good Mayor Oscar Moreno before. So can you explain why we should approve this or why this should be approved?
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. Kindly referring you to from page 76 to 93. Let's go over the explanation of the city legal office, the opinion. Can you please find what is? Actually, there is here explained, no? From the veto of the former mayor, considering that during that time, there are 5 cockpits operating in Cagayan de Oro. No, there are 4 cockpits, 3 from District 1 and 1 in District 2, Gusa, no? Cockpit. Now, the applicant now is applying for franchise. The Endahag Square Garden is the 5th one, ikalima. So that is why it was vetoed by the city mayor. So considering that thereafter the Gusa cockpits, the katong owner sa una, they waived their rights, no, to operate to the franchise in favor of Endahag cockpit, no, in the Endahag Square Garden. So therefore, wala naman sila, they have not renewed, they are not operating. So ang nabilin karon upat na lang sila. Ikaupat ning kaning applicants. So they qualified. So the opinion of the city legal office is favorable to the applicants of the franchise, Madam Chair and my colleagues.
Okay.
Hence, I'm recommending for the approval of this ordinance.
Okay. So there's a motion. Any second? Any objection? Objection. Okay. Okay. Councilor Attorney Joya, who you recognize?
Good afternoon again, Madam Chair. Just a point of inquiry for the information of everybody. For the record, I'm just establishment of cockpits is not illegal because, again, also obviously it is allowed by law. So there could be no question about it. So for the record as well, I am not objecting to this, to the establishment. But I'm just trying, I would just like to make 2 points of inquiry, Madam Chair. As you can refer in the agenda, page 78, as cited by the city legal officer, Attorney Kenneth Tamala, the governing law of establishment of cockpits is Presidential Decree number 449, which was also later on amended by Presidential Decree 1310. PD 1310 expressly amended Section 5, Paragraph B of the said PD 449, which states that only one cockpit shall be allowed in each city or municipality, provided, however, that in cities and municipalities with a population of more than 100,000, 2 cockpits may be established, maintained, or operated in the poblacion, and one in each city district. As mentioned a while ago by Councilor Roger Abaday, that there are already 3 cockpits operating in District 1. And no question as to the cockpit that would be established in Barangay Indahag, because it's the only cockpit that would be operating there in said district. In fact, in the legal opinion issued by the city legal officer, it is highlighted here. Now, question, Madam Chair. Since it was mentioned that there are 3 cockpits operating in District 1, particularly in Bulwa, Pagatpat, and Lumbia, if I'm not mistaken, would this not be consistent with the law, which states that 2 cockpits may be operated in the population and 1 in each city district? Meaning to say, the law states that in each legislative district, there should only be 1 cockpit that would be operating. But as mentioned a while ago, there are already 3 cockpits operating in District 1. So my question is, are we not going against the provision cited by this good city legal officer? And may I also just add the approved ordinance number 14034 2021. This was vetoed, sir. This was the ordinance vetoed by the good mayor, former good mayor. Because I was also wondering, because why? Well, anyway, this was vetoed by the good mayor. There were only 8 councilors who voted for the approval. And under the local government code, when the sanggunian issues or grants a franchise, it needs a majority vote of all members of the sanggunian. So those are the 2 points of inquiry that I would like to be clarified, and also for the body to be clarified and the people listening. Are we not in contravention to the said provision of the law of PD 1310 that there should be only 1 cockpit operating in each legislative districts, and the 2 would be in the population? That would be all, Madam Chair.
So is it an objection? Wait, inquiry. Would you like to answer, Councilor Roger Abaday?
Thank you very much that 2 observation by Councilor Jupi Abo. Actually, that was also the same question was raised before we granted the franchise, and before my presence in the city council. It was already approved. That it was, I was not yet in that time. It was already approved, but based on some, the old law is a Marcosian law, presidential decree. So it was now overtaken by the new law, the Republic Act 7160, wherein the local government, the LGUs, are also being empowered also as autonomous government. No? One of the reasons that was adopted by some other LGUs, which also did no longer follow the based on the Republic Act 7160, that it is based on the population, number of population before you have to establish the cockpit establishment. Before, Cagayan de Oro was not yet in district, wala pag district tingi. Usapan ni So, karon nga gi-districting na, District 1 and District 2, muna nga na na-lip out ang District 1, usara lang nausara ang nag-operate. So, that is the development, no? So, one of the jurisprudence that was raised by some cases, opinion by the I think opinion of the ALG. So, it is the discretion on the part of the LGU or the city council to grant or not the applicants of the franchise to operate the city. I hope I'm not correct now, but I would like also to invite some statement from other, if they have any, they can add more of my reasons with regards or explanation with regard to this inquiry. Thank you very much.
Yes, you are recognized, Councilor Joey Abu.
Thank you again, Madam Chair. Yes, as what I have understood from the good councilor, he was talking about the power of the Sanggunian to grant franchises for the operation of cockpits. There's no question on that, Madam Chair, because under the local government code, it is the Sanggunian who would be approving the grant of the franchise with the approval as well of the executive department. But my question, Madam Chair, is that in PD 449, as discussed a while ago by the good councilor, he said that before, Cagayan de Oro was still not that populous. That's precisely why, and it was not even divided into two legislative districts. So that is why precisely there was one, I think, cockpit operating. But since we are already populous, and the basis under PD 449 was that in cities or municipalities where the population is over 100,000, the city or municipality concerned may operate two, because the general rule was that if you do not reach 100,000 population, you are only allowed to operate one cockpit under PD 449. But there is also a provision, a proviso as well, provided that, however, that if it exceeds 100,000, then the city or municipality may operate two. This provision, again, was amended by PD 1310, which added the phrase that if the city or municipality, the population exceeds 100,000, the city or municipality may operate, maintain, or establish two cockpits in the population, which is very specific, and one cockpit in each city or town district. In that case, the legislative districts that we have, District 1 and 2. As mentioned a while ago by Councilor Abaday, there are already 3 cockpits operating in District 1. And as far as I am concerned, Barangay Bulwa, Barangay Pagapat, and Barangay Lumbia are not, neither of them are considered poblasyon. So my question is, perhaps Bulwa is okay because that could be considered as one cockpit operating in District 1. Indak also as well, because it is, since the cockpit operating in Barangay Gusa has already executed a waiver in favor of Indahab, then it would be the cockpit operating in District 2. But how about the two not situated in the poblasyon? So my point of inquiry, Madam Chair, is that are we not in contravention of the said PD 1310, which states very specific that it should be in poblasyon? And because I am afraid, because under PD 449, there is a penal provision there. Actually, it's criminal, which I am just trying to raise this as an awareness so that perhaps we can discuss this further to avoid any repercussions in the future. So that is a point of inquiry, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Joey Abu. Councilor Roger Abada, you recognize.
Thank you very much. So Cagayan de Oro is already a highly urbanized city. Before, wala pa mo grow, before, in the advent of this law, ang Cagayan de Oro wala pa gitawag pa to rural and kuno kining duha pa ka kuno gi-consider pa ning urban o rural ang one ang barangay 1 to 40 wala gitawag ning urban area before no ang gatong mga barangays mga dili numbered barangays motong rural areas but now no more. We are almost under the city zoning ordinance. Ang mga barangays like Aswagan, Bulwa to Lumbia, up to Hunter, they are considered already a urban barangays na. So, under Section 5C of the Cockfighting Law, the construction of cockpit sites shall operate within the appropriate areas prescribed by the zoning law. So ang atong planning, they have certified that kining mga areas are already urban areas based on their area of population and their development. So wala na ng poblasyon. That was the definition in the old law. So muna the basis why these three cockpits were approved by previous council because of the zoning law ordinance. Thank you.
Councilor, immediate reaction, Councilor Joey Abu.
Thank you for that information, Councilor Abaday. So, if you mentioned a while ago that the portion there in Kauswagan and in Bulwa are considered poblasyon already. Urban. Do we also consider Pagatpat and Lumbia as urban areas? According to the city planning. So these barangays in Pagatpat and Lumbia are already considered highly urbanized barangay. Pagatpat only? Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Attorney Joey Abu. Yes, Attorney, Councilor Calizo, you recognize.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Good afternoon to all. I do not intend to disregard the issue raised by the Honorable Joey Abu. But we have a pending motion, Madam Chair, and we have to first focus on this. Whether to approve or not the granting of franchise requested by Indahag Cockpit. Maybe we can discuss the other issue later. Because discussing as to whether we allow the 3 cockpits to stay as is in District 1 will probably entail a lengthy discussion. Now, I think it's fair enough to give to approve the franchise of applied for by Indahag Cockpit because of the waiver executed by the manager of Bursa Cockpit, thereby leaving no cockpit in District 2. So, obviously, it's fair enough that we approve the franchise applied for by Indahag Cockpit for District 2 of the city, Madam Chair. Maybe later we can discuss further in a more detailed mode the issue raised by the Honorable Joey Abu.
Thank you, Councilor
Thank you.
Calizo. So are we going to move to approve the motion of the good councilor first? We're still into discussion.
If the presiding officer feels that we have already exhaustively discussed.
Actually, we cannot be mentioning about Pagatpat, Pagatpat, what is the Blumbia and Bulwa, because we are focusing on this in the hag. Karon lang approval. So we cannot be including the three cockpits. So let us be specific, no? So what is now is that what was mentioned is in District 2, which is the lone usar ra gyud na ka cockpit, which is the indahag cockpit. So para dili libog ba, kay if we have to mention the Bulwa, the Pagatpat, they're not mentioned as this moment. Karon sa District 2 usara man gyud ni, which is the indahag. So let's focus on that. So what is the pleasure of the body?
There was a motion already.
Yeah, there's the motion. I'm just wanting to listen, no, sa ilang mga deliberation. So this motion. So what is your second? Any objection? Wala na.
We are still in quorum.
Where's Attorney Joey? Objection? Any comment? Okay, go ahead. Di ba ka objection? Okay.
Support of the good councilor Abaday. Naman ko to point of inquiry man to kang konsehal Abo. Ako lang ni klarohon katong naglibog sila kung ngano nanubra naman ang sabungan sa kada distrito. Actually naanay decision sa Korte Suprema, pwede tong giingon ni Konsehal Abaday. GR number 149743 February 18, 2005, Leonardo Tan, Robert Uy, and Lamberto T versus Socorro Y. Perenya nagtugot nga ang ato baling konseho pwede mausab na to ang katong per district nga limitasyon sa sabong base nga ani nga kaso.
Okay, thank you. So there's a second. There is no objection. I hear none. So motion is carried. Let's proceed, Majority Floor Leader.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Next,
Proceed, Majority
Madam-
Floor Leader.
Thank you. Number 11, proposed ordinance number 2022-6, approving the development plan of the socialized housing project of King's Sun Plain Homeowners Association, formerly Creed Farmer Village Homeowner Association Incorporated, with an area of 39,076 square meters containing 167 lots, located in Barangay Balubal de City, as applied for by Mr. Alberto E. Sales, COA President, subject to the compliance of the conditions imposed by the City Housing and Urban Development Department, should City Engineer's Office and City Housing Board. May we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Ed Cabanlas.
Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to approve the subject ordinance.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Any second? Any objection? Motion is hereby carried.
Number 12 is proposed ordinance number 2022-7, approving the development plan of Victor's Executive Home Subdivision Project with an area of 49,064.40 square meters, containing 370 lots units located at Mandumol, Barangay Kamamanan, subject to styling on that matter. The city has applied for by Davao Joyful Homes Realty Corporation, represented by Engineer Mark S. Pakatang, subject to compliance of the conditions imposed by the City Housing and Urban Development Department, should City Engineer's Office and City Housing Board. May we ask the Chair again to recognize Councilor Ed Cabanlas.
Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I move to approve the subject ordinance.
Any second?
Second.
Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second? Is there any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 13 is proposed ordinance number 2022-8, approving the preliminary subdivision development plan PSDP of Xavier University Masterson Campus and Manresa Town Project Township and Mixed Use with an area of 350,051 square meters located in Barangay Bululang. The city has applied for by the Cebu Land Master Incorporated, represented by Mr. Mark Leo M. Chang, subject to the compliance of the conditions imposed by the City Housing and Urban Development, City Engineers Office, and City Housing Board. Again, for Councilor Ed Cabanlas.
Councilor Edgar
recognition.
Cabanlas, you're recognized.
This is just locational clearance, so I move to approve the subject ordinance.
Any second? An objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
If Councilor Roger Abaday would like to render for additional matters as an offshoot of his special report, or he will refer it to the Committee on Labor for the support needed. Councilor Cabanlas.
Okay, Councilor Roger Abaday.
So,
can we?
He's yielding, Madam Presiding
Yeah,
Officer,
let's give him the floor also. Councilor Roger Abaday, 1 minute.
In exigency of the time of this ordinance, Madam Chair, if it could be approved today, so much better.
So are we going to refer that to the committee
Because
to make
I'm
sure?
the chairman of the Senior Citizens Committee.
Yeah, but under the labor code, are we allowed to have senior citizen? But then this is a very good.
No.
I have nothing against it because I'm for senior citizen working like in the US. Makatrabaho man senior citizen.
No less than the NIDA, the labor, and the as suggested positively.
Okay, so it is within the bound of the law, no? So why not? No?
So I move, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, for the inclusion of these two resolutions.
Councilor, may I recognize first Councilor Michelson, no?
Ngayong hapon, Madam Presiding Officer, members of the 20th City Council, friends of the media, and fellow Cagayanos. Maglayo-layo po man siguro birthday ni Councilor Roger. Kasi pwede, 1 week lang sa nato. Para at least makall po nato ang mga establishments ba para mag-support kaysa mag-issue lang tawag resolution para mo support po ang ato ang mga business establishments para tayo lugar bali, Madam, for 1 week lang, for 1 week. Give it to the Committee on Labor, Madam Presiding Officer.
Yeah, another. Let me call again our Committee on Labor and Employment, Councilor Girly Balaba. So I just want to make sure, we're on the right track, no?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, we have the Republic Act 9994 on expanded Senior Citizens Act. Naana diha ang employment for senior citizens, but tagaan og incentives ang mga ato ang mga business establishments nga mag-employ og mga senior citizens. So kinahanglan siguro nato pa ni siya na kung ato ni siyang i-localize, mo ordinansa na siguro ato ni siya sang studyhan og maayo councilors ato.
Yeah, thank you very much, Councilor. So it's in the law, no? So why not make an ordinance and then probably refer it to also legal office so that it can be another ordinance?
Madam Chair, to make an ordinance is too much for the employers.
Okay.
We cannot compel them. So
resolution.
We're just placing these employers in order to accommodate our able and willing senior citizens. No? Now to give more time, that will add on the age of our senior citizens.
Correct. Actually, it is already stated by Councilor Girly Balaba, so I do not see any reason, giving the senior citizen also the chance to survive and to work and to feed themselves, no? So, what is the pleasure of the body?
to refer the items proposed by Councilor Roger Abaday to the Committee on Labor.
Okay. So we will refer it to the Committee on Labor, Councilor Girly Balaba. Thank you very much.
We still have one item, Madam Presiding Officer, as item number 14. We have been furnished by the Secretary. Move for its inclusion as item number 14. Oh, okay. And 14, 15, and 16 move for their inclusion.
Second, any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 14 is proposed resolution number 2022-62, commending security guards Dante Duguan and Carlos Dagulo, both of Pueblo de Oro, for their remarkable honesty of returning to its owner a bag containing 250,000 pesos in cash, IDs, and ATM cards, which they found at Pueblo Business Park on August 1, 2022. Move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Second, objection. Being none, here motion is hereby carried. Congratulations, to these two security guards.
Yes.
Very important. Honesty is very important. So we are congratulating them also, Mr. Duguan and Mr. Dagulo.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 15 is proposed resolution number 2022-63, suspending the next regular session on August 30, 2022 in deference to the observance and celebration of the City Fiesta and National Heroes Day. All members as the proponent. Move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve
Happy
second
sila.
final reading.
Happy po ko.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 16 is proposed resolution number 2022-64, expressing the 20th City Council's deepest sorrow for the untimely demise of Mr. Antoine Sigmundo Dimundo, brother of Councilor Christian Rustico M. Achas, and conveying most profound sympathy and condolences to the bereaved families. All members as the proponents. Move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Second, any objection? Motion is hereby carried. Condolence, Councilor Ayan Achas.
Madam Chair, I would like to thank the members of the City Council. Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
There being no other pending, Madam Presiding Officer.
There's no
move to
other
adjourn.
pending. So ready, everybody, stay safe. Thank you very much. Session is adjourned. Let me call Councilor Aimee Moreno. Nanay kay ko ilin pablo na nato siya. Happy birthday.